Kol Halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Yahushai Rochachorash. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. These are the words of Yahushai HaMashiach, the author and finisher of our faith and beyond, the everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace, Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. So this is Luke chapter 18, verse 7. And shall not Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai power avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? Con. So let's go into the word cry. All right, cry.
Strong's G 994, Ba'ao. Ba'ao.
Ba'a'o. All right, and the biblical usage is to raise a cry of joy, pain, etc. To cry, speak with a high, strong voice. Isaiah 58 and 1, anyone? The third definition, to cry to one for help, to implore his aid. How would one cry for Yahweh Yahushai's help? How would we implore for Yahweh Yahushai's help? And implore is just a slave word for meaning plead with. Beg someone earnestly or desperately to do something. I'm going to just give you the answer. It's prayer. All right, if you go to theedomonline.com, it means earnest request, entreaty, petition, the practice of praying or of communing with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai power. Petition, all right, to beg, pray, to entreat, to ask. So prayer is very, 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 very powerful, very important. So let's get the script. So this is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4 to go with Luke chapter 18, verse 7. So, and the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai power, or Salakia, let me read it properly. Ezekiel 9 and 4, it says, and the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. Now this is symbolic now. This city is talking about Babylon the Great, all right, which is in modern times known as America. And through the midst of Jerusalem is talking about the nation of Israel, specifically the elect of the nation of Israel. In modern terms, they would be known roughly as, or loosely as, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Haitians, and West Indians. You also have Israelite foreigners, those that look like the heathen nations, may look like them, but have the spirit of an Israelite, the spirit that goes back to the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So of that nation, of the nation of Israel, you have an elect. And what are they doing in modern times? It says here, and set a mark upon the foreheads, upon the minds of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And that mark is the names of Yahweh, Yahushai, and being able to call upon them in truth and sincerity. In a nutshell. All right, because how can you pray if you don't know the names, if you don't know the proper names? I mean, if you're praying in the name of a false god, guess what? Nothing's going to happen. But if you're praying in the names of the true or higher living power and you're an Israelite and Yahweh Shemashai is working with you, your prayers will be heard. And guess what? You don't just pray once, I want the end of Babylon, and then that's it. You got to pray continuously, because it says here that you're basically crying for the abominations done. And guess what? Because of prophecy, we're learning these wicked inventions, just how, like, Like one day you hear about them passing a law that LGBT lifestyle is legal. Then you hear next, you find out that it's legal to marry your dog, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And guess what? 2/3 of our nation, they don't seem to mind at all, as long as they get a little cut of the pie. But the elect, we're sighing and crying. Lord wills we be the elect. We're sighing and crying for this wickedness through the form of prayer. And there's levels to prayer, right? You can say them in English, there's, and of course you want to say it in the Lashon Kodash, you know what I mean, in the Paleo Hebrew. His channel was called GMS Army 144, but that brother Monagon has hundreds of prayers that one of them is, you know what I mean? Of course, the ultimate prayer is the Lord's Prayer, the Adawan Palal. You know what I mean? But you have to constantly keep praying. I mean, not only is praying like there's so much benefits to praying. It strengthens your connection. You get to feel and experience spiritual power, but just basically you get to be like Superman, but without the superpowers. Until we get, Lord wills, those new bodies. Then it all comes together. So this is John chapter 14, verse 13. This is once again the words of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do. So you got to be crying, but not just directly to the Father, as you have a sect of Israelites that just believe you could just go to the Father. And they'll call upon the name Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, but they won't say the Bashem Yahushai part, which is completely off, because it says here in John 14 and 13, and whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. Verse 14, if ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. And guess what? The elect is asking for the destruction of Babylon. And guess what? We know it's actually going to happen. So it goes to show you, like, prayer is real just in that sense. But we know it's much more. It's much more vast. You know what I mean? But in essence, we have to keep praying. Praying is... wow, like I wish I could put it in like the ultimate form of just how powerful prayer is, but all I could say is we must keep praying. Pray that you're allowed to pray more. You know what I mean? You can never go wrong praying in truth and sincerity on the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for the destruction of Babylon the Great and the enemies of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. I mean, you can never go wrong praying for stuff like that. And you can never go wrong praying consistently. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? It's going to happen one way or another. And you want to be on the side that was praying for the destruction of Babylon. You do not want to be on the side that wants this disgusting Micah 2 and 10 place to exist, man. Like, God damn. So with that, I hope y'all were edified. Shalom.